This is Peyton, Aiden, Noah, and Kiara here with another video. Hold on, where's Kiara?
And today we'll be talking about the evolution of the common shark species.
But first, a little information on the general evolution of sharks.
Sharks are a sister group to rays. There are over 440 shark species.
What's really surprising is that sharks have been around longer than the dinosaurs and have survived all 5 mass extinctions. Their ancestors have lived for a very long time.
Guys, I think I might have figured something really important out.
Are you kidding me? We're in the middle of something.
Okay, so, guys, koalas have fingerprints similar to snakes.
Oh my god.
I found it on koalasandsnakesarebuddies.com. Website seems shady, but it was legit. So anyways, what are you guys doing?
Koalas don't have fingerprints similar to snakes. They have fingerprints similar to humans.
Snakes don't even have hands.
Whatever.
Where have you been?
I was feeding my pet rock.
Oh my god.
We'll edit this out later. Oh my gosh. Like I was saying, their ancestors have been around for a very long time.
Well, how long?
I'm glad you asked. The first fish originated around 530 million years ago. Sharks started to become different from other fish a little less than 450 million years ago, during the Silurian period of the Paleozoic era. Back then, the ocean was filled with a variety of bony fish. One fish, called the acanthodian, or spiny shark, was the first ancestor of the modern shark. These fish started to take on the physical characteristics of modern-day sharks, as well as to develop their cartilaginous skeletal structures. Every living shark today has evolved from the acanthodian. However, the acanthodian did not look anything like most modern sharks. The head was a lot rounder, and the fins were placed differently.
The Devonian period began around 416 million years ago. During the Devonian period, the first fully developed shark evolved. It was called the Leonodus shark. Although very little is known about this shark, it was believed to have an eel-like body and have lived in fresh water. Another freshwater shark was discovered around this time, known as the Antarctic lamina. It also had an eel-like body, but had a small fin behind its head.
Toward the end of the Devonian period, the first-looking modern shark evolved. It was known as the cladoche. It looked a lot less like an eel and a lot more like a modern-day shark. However, just because it resembled a modern-day shark more than its ancestors, it still didn't look exactly like most modern-day sharks. There were a few main differences, including the fact that its jaw was fixed to its head and could not move. It also had a round nose shape.
Then came the Carboniferous period. The Carboniferous period was known as the Golden Age of sharks. This is because around the time, sharks split into several different subspecies. They are at their highest diversity ever. This period was home to some of the strangest shark species of all time. This included sharks such as the Helicoprion, which had a vertical wheel of teeth instead of interlocking ones. This shark, as well as many others, made the Carboniferous period unlike any other.
Next came the Jurassic period. The Jurassic period was when the pre-existing sharks began to become a lot more modern. A lot of really useful evolution took place during this time. For example, some sharks evolved to have the ability to temporarily dislocate their upper jaw, allowing them to attack and eat larger prey. This is only one of the many useful evolutions that took place during this time period.
After the Jurassic period began, came the Cretaceous period. During the Cretaceous period, a lot of sharks evolved that are still around today, including sharks such as the whale shark, the basking shark, and the goblin shark. This was also the period that limonite sharks came out. Limonite sharks are the predators of modern sharks like great whites, mako sharks, and bull sharks. They have the anatomy that most people would probably think when they think of the anatomy of a shark.
Finally, we come to the Cenozoic era. During the early Cenozoic era, the Megalodon came about. The Megalodon was an apex predator, which means it was at the top of the food chain. The fact that it's an apex predator isn't too hard to believe, considering that it would reach up to around 60 feet in length and could weigh up to a little over 60 tons. They used to eat marine mammals such as sea lions, dolphins, and whales with their huge teeth. And that's where we finally reach modern day. We are currently still in the Cenozoic era.
Now that we know a little more about the evolution of sharks, here are some sharks each of us researched. All these sharks have missing evolution periods, and we found some information that may help us look into what they have looked like before.
Do you like hammerheads? It has a very odd head that looks like a hammer. This weird shape helps their vision to hunt food. This is a trait shared with ancestors, such as the winghead shark. This shark is like the hammerhead, but it's vulnerable due to commercial fishing. Anyway, the winghead is smaller than the hammerhead, about 6.2 feet long compared to 13 feet long of a hammerhead. The winghead shark has a very slim head looking like the front of a dustpan. The winghead shark has changed a lot in size to become bigger and is slowly growing with more masculinity and moving from the Indian Ocean, then living towards warm tropical waters in the Atlantic Ocean.
Have you heard of the tiger shark? Well, you probably don't know that it can eat basically anything. It's one of the few sharks that eats human waste in the ocean and can process it without getting sick. This shark is also capable of being the height of 16 feet and 5 inches. This shark is a nocturnal hunter and lives in tropical waters. This shark diet consists of whales, other sharks, turtles, birds, squids, and sea snakes. It's related to the Galsoto genus, which is a species of sharks that have lived since the Pliocene era. The last living Galsoto genus species is the tiger shark.
What are you doing?
I'm doing the great white. I think they're pretty adorable.
No, they're not. They're one of the most, if not the most dangerous shark in the world.
Oops. Okay, sorry. Okay, so they're really bad. Based on the research I found, their scientific name is, wait, I got this, Carcharodon something, and they were derived from the megalodon nearly 200 to 500 million years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Research shows that they are close relatives of the mako shark. Makos are very similar to great whites because of new fossils discovered pointing to the definite relation of the two. They are great ancestors. Makos are similar, but not as much as the mackerel shark. The two species share almost the exact same characteristics, I guess. Based on the fact that mackerel sharks and great whites have similar teeth, only different sizes, and speed and mass are the same between the two, this has led me to believe that the great white was a little smaller than the megalodon, with traits very, very similar to the mako and the mackerel shark. I mean, great whites look exactly like the megalodon, so there's, really no difference anyways.
Today we learned that sharks look way different than they used to.
We can tell that they went through some heavy changing in evolution to get to where they are today.
Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We hope you had a jawsome day, and we'll see you next time.
Oh, I get it.
And don't forget to keep watching our shark-tastic videos.
Wait,
No,
never
that was
mind.
really bad. Oh.